Okay, I just did one video with my camera setting on Night Plus. I looked like a ghost, so I'm completely retaping over this one. I'm going to recap over some things that I've spoke about already and try to bring up some more details. Me being a vegetarian, and for a few years thinking Carolyn is gung-ho on being vegetarian and so forth. And then the day after the wedding, she drops a bomb on me. What's up with that? All this time misleading me, making me think that she's a vegetarian or really likes the idea of being vegetarian. Okay, let's get back to where. Okay, I wasn't that really unbalanced about meat or strict about eating meat. When we lived in McAllen, Texas, I can remember one of the get-togethers that we had, both Carolyn and I went out and bought chicken for the grill. I also went out for chicken tacos a lot in McAllen, Texas. McAllen, then Beaumont, Texas. Carolyn cooked one of the best she had, either in Beaumont or McAllen. And then we invited some friends over from the congregation for dinner. And how good Carolyn's chicken dinner was last time. This time it was horrible, and I could not eat it. And I told our friends, I said, you don't have to eat the chicken. And they really got onto me about saying that. But I don't know how it was just horrible. Didn't taste anything like the chicken that she cooked last time. Anyway, basically Carolyn cooked okay. Beaumont, Texas, working on the motel, had a few problems there. Hired a guy that on the job, holding a cigarette with one hand and trying to learn how to hang at the same time. I fired him and back and laid me flat on the floor, probably on drugs or something. He's so good. So Victoria, Texas. Can't move the mobile home up there. I'm working on my advertising business. The house on Sam Houston, Ben Jordan. Oh, one of the things I wanted to mention that I'm not so proud about, and I think this is probably typical of a few men. We're just really not child care heavy. I think women are more naturally that way. But anyway, oh, also, that video was a doozy. A lot of emotion there. I'm going to deliberately make an attempt to keep my control. Trying to explain this accurately and go over these details. I get to reliving these feelings. I'm going to try to keep it under control. Okay. Had an accident in Victoria, Texas, and brother Mike Benko probably came, and his daughter came and picked me up to take me to go check on Carolyn and check on the car. Crystal's asleep, so I'm thinking, okay, well, Crystal's asleep, I'll leave Crystal here. I'll take care of the traffic. I didn't know what that was going to involve, I didn't know they were going to drop me there, and who knows what was going on in the traffic situation. I don't know. But anyway, they said, so we all got in the car. Where's your daughter? Where's the child? And they go, she's sleeping. I'm like, well, no, you don't. Okay. Anyway, so dumb here, huh? Nobody to watch. And another time, a brother lives 5 blocks away, has a lawnmower. Crystal's home sleeping. Carolyn is working. And I'm going I need to mow the yard, need to borrow a lawnmower, so this brother's going to give me a ride to his house to get the lawnmower. Okay. Crystal's asleep, and I really don't like I like her to have her sleep, sound rest, and I guess I'm kind of naive about what happened. If they could come into the house and kidnap her, what have you. in a obviously illegal way, then my children were kidnapped. So, I get in the truck and go with them, get the lawnmower, and come back. Okay, tell the elders about this, and they talk to me. And all right, so okay. I think a lot of guys would probably do a lot of dumb things. Good wife or somebody who had good motherly instincts. Making sure they don't do such dumb things. I moved down from Beaumont, Texas to Victoria, Texas. I had some money saved up, had my piano, got a halfway decent apartment, met the apartment manager's younger niece. He played around a little bit, we didn't do as much as what some might think, but it wasn't exactly kosher either. And now I'm in this right. They have a meeting with me. They talk to Carolyn and tell Carolyn she doesn't have to stay with me if she doesn't want to. Anyway, they just felt didn't take it that for 6 months or 8 months or so. Okay, I have my apartment. Carolyn is in the apartment. We moved out of the house. Carolyn is in the apartment. Has an apartment in the office or the storage unit, depending upon the situation. I'm either rent for the apartment, or doing both, or doing one or the other. I'm not exactly sure. Carolyn was on food stamps, I think. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember. And Crystal is there. Let's see. Crystal and Kim is going up to Fort Wayne, taking Crystal with her. Okay. I stay at the apartment for a week or two. When she's up there, I think it's 4 days, maybe 5 days. Anyway, the apartment's dirty. I mean, food around the crib and the playpen or what have you. And the freezer is just stocked with meat, full of frozen meat. And there's baby food meat jars in the refrigerator. I mean, there's meat just all over in the refrigerator. Crystal's is less than a year old, 10 months or 11 months maybe now. And I asked Carolyn, give me 1 year with Crystal, no meat, no junk food, no stuff and junk. Give me 1 year. She couldn't even do that. And Carolyn's pregnant now, again. She's doing checkups like she did when she was pregnant with Crystal. And I do talk to her about, say something about that. She comes back down, and kind of, again, and she's about to give birth. And midwife has been coming to check on Carolyn. So she has birth at home. One of the children dies, is stillborn, and the other child is Gina. So Gina's twin at birth. Carol and I were discussing children. I said, well, it was a boy, I want to name him Jen. I'm going to name him Jen. And Carolyn, if it's a girl, she's going to name the girl Regina. And she let me know she didn't like Jen, but that I did not like Regina. And I liked Gina. And we agreed that his name, our youngest daughter, name would be Gina. Birth certificate, though, behind my back, she had put on the birth certificate Gina. Now, what would I have done if our child was a boy? Would I have actually gone ahead with that I know that Carolyn didn't like? Probably not, but who knows. Okay, we're in Victoria. Carolyn does let me know that Crystal has a little bruise on her buttocks. Okay, between her inner thigh and buttocks, I think is where it's at. Okay. She said, from my spanking. Well, maybe so. Maybe I spanked too hard. Do it. Accepted responsibility for it. I don't know whether or not it was me. I mean, you could have created, Carolyn could have done it by just pinching Crystal. I don't know. Who knows? But I accepted responsibility, and I said, well, maybe I spanked her too hard. I never spanked Crystal severely. Never. I hugged Crystal and let her know that I loved her and said, I love you. Never I would spank her. I never spanked Gina. That just never an occasion. After Gina was born, Carolyn and I were separated so much, and Gina was a little bit more fragile. There's just occasion to spank Gina that I saw was appropriate. So, a little bit after this, I'm going, you know, I got my wallpaper business, I got advertising business. Well, before I go there, I'm going crazy. I'm going nuts on this marriage. I don't know if I'm wacky and I'm just so off-kilter that I'm making wacky, or whether or not Carolyn's actually just a little bit wacky. Okay. I mean, she couldn't handle the piano music of my mom playing the piano in Beaumont, and was bedroom behind her. And she never would discuss that, never own up to what that was all about. I don't know. But anyway, I was walking the streets in Victoria, praying out loud, looking at to God for help. I was desperate. My knees, I was walking in the streets at night, looking up into the clouds, okay, looking up into the sky, praying for help. Now, when it comes to meat, I'm really strict. We had to eat chicken, and we go out to Mr. Gaddy's, and we had pizza with beef, bell pepper, onion, basically. Carol and I went to the golf quite a few times when we were in Corpus Christi, and when we were in Victoria, probably Gulf Coast, and I can remember a few evenings we were out fishing. I remember one time we were out fishing on the pier, and I got something pulled that wedged and went straight, kept on going underneath the pier. Carolyn was with me then. There was a fishing. She had a picture. I probably have that picture still of me holding the fish. Anyway, so I want to keep this marriage together. I want to keep the family together. I'm thinking my advertising business, my wallpaper business, and it's just too much. I've got to get a break, family, and see about the family. So I quit the advertising business, stop paying for thing. We go down to Corpus Christi, Texas, and we stay with the Geralds. Morris is the guy's name. They're Jehovah's Witnesses, and Dorothy for a little bit. Carolyn and I get into another argument. I can remember that if I remember right, she went to the women's again. We didn't get into a physical fight, but she went to the children with her, and I'm thinking she also went to the women's shelter in Victoria a couple of times, and I'm thinking that she told them that I beat the children. Because I know in the court, when it came to, no, I don't think it was a divorce, after she lost the children to the Freeze and military people, that during this court, papers were brought up about some kind of evidence against me. That evidence came from the fact that she might have told them that I beat Crystal, or that I beat Gina too. So they might have made note of that husband, she says husband beat children. Okay, but there was no evidence, I never did. Okay. Let's see here. Corpus Christi, Texas. Now, Carolyn leaves from the women's shelter. I think she goes up to her children, and she's coming back down to Corpus Christi. We get back together, and we decide to go back home to Florida, to my home, where I'm hoping that I can get a break from the stress and get some friends who know me for a long time. Carolyn's going to come down on the bus, and I purposely parked the car like 3 blocks away from the bus station, and I find I wear a dress to the bus station to meet Carolyn, because I am so upset at the fact that women can do this stuff. If they don't want to be with the husband, they can just take off their children and go. Okay, man can't really do that. The man is expected to keep working. You know, how could I? You know, man is expected to work. The women have these extra liberties that I'm pretty perturbed at that. You know, so I dress up as a woman. Well, at least I wear a dress anyway. Okay. We don't stay too long in Corpus Christi. We go off to Florida. Stay with my best friend Bruce in Florida, his wife Janet. I think they have one child at this time, very young child. And we stay there. I get a job with a printing company. I work one day and I get very, very sick. I think it was only one day I was sick for like 10 days. I was so sick. There's just too much pollutants in the air, too much dust, whatever, particulates in the air, and I have to quit the job. I'm letting Bruce and Janet are letting me know that we can't stay there for either like a month. You know, I'm looking for another place to stay in Ocala, Bellevue area that I can focus family and not be so have to worry so much about how to pay the rent, how to put food on the table, and so forth. I just need once on the family, a little help from friends. And I thought Bellevue, Ocala area was to do. Wasn't finding any help. Somebody was studying with Carolyn. They decided to have a Bible study with Carolyn, and the brothers there were giving me support, and were looking at being the problem. Then I was the problem. So anyway, that doesn't mean a whole lot, but as a fact. Okay, we go down to Orlando. Going as possible. We go down to Orlando. My mom is living. She has a mobile home in Orlando, so we move down. Boy, I think I'm forgetting something. Maybe I'm talking quicker. We stay in the mobile home, and I get a job. My first job is to work for an interior design company. I'm helping them set up models. Goes to the job interview with me, and she's pretty anyway, but I get the job with the interior design company. Sue Ann Ramsey is her name. Down in Orlando, Florida, their office. And so most of our jobs are, we go to Daytona, we go to St. Petersburg. I rent a truck, drive the truck, design firm, and help facilitate the loading of the truck, and then drive the truck to Deltona or Tampa or St. Petersburg or wherever the job might be. And I'm often gone for 2 days, maybe. Well, I don't even know that. I don't remember. No, I don't remember exactly. Okay, so I have that job. Carolyn gets a job working at some part of Disneyland, whatever. So before she gets that job, though, I believe it is, I go to work. Carolyn comes out, and she's arguing. I'm trying to go to work. She's arguing with me. And, it's 5 minutes. The children are inside the house, the mobile home, and she just keeps arguing with me. As I go to the mobile home to check on the children. Everything's okay. Work. It keeps on arguing with me. And it's like 20 minutes or 30. She's just badgering me outside, and the children are inside. And thinking about the sewing that's in the room. Okay. I think this is when Carolyn said, I want all new furniture, 3-bedroom house, all new furniture and this and that. She's really laying out some stipulations for me that I have to live up to. And I go, boy. Okay. I tell Carolyn, I say, look, if the children are in the sewing stuff, the socks, I said, you're gonna get it. I go inside the house. I'm first. I open the door. Sewing stuff all over the floor. And some needles and pins. Floor. Crystal or Gina could have been dead. They could be dead because of that negligence. What do I do? You know, we talk to the elders, we talk to people at the church, we try to, you know, we pray, we try to make things work out, keep the marriage together. But this, I'm just at my wit's end. The children could have been dead because of this irresponsibility. And Carolyn comes behind me, and I lay into her. I do. And my thought her so bad that she's not going to forget it. It's something that she's going to remember. Not going to hurt her, not going to put her in the hospital, but I'm going to beat her. I mean, she's going to feel it. And she went to the hospital and she got a bunch of photographs of bruises that she got from that beating. Indeed. Okay, hindsight, what do you do? Proud of the fact I'm not a drunk, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, you know. Just at my wit's end, what do I do, you know? So yeah, I beat the heck out of Carolyn that one time. One time. I put the children in the bedroom, pick up a few of the sewing stuff. Carolyn's right there. I mean, I told her she was going to get it if that was the case. She should have walked out of that, should have ran. I mean, she should have until another time, but she didn't. She's right on top of me. Right. We had a very physical relationship. So now it's decided she's going to go with her friends from Fort Wayne and travel around and visit different areas, and they, you know, I go like, okay, that might be good. You know, no, I didn't even think of taking the children away from Carolyn. So, you know, I know now that Carolyn is has a serious problem. I'd never had these kind of problems, physical violence, until I met Carolyn. You find anything in my record? So I said, okay, fine, that might be good. Okay. Meanwhile, making a living. My next I end up working for the interior design company, Majestic Marble and Carpet Depot. And Carolyn is a little bit longer than she's supposed to be. She ends up staying with a guy in Colorado, living with a guy, and the children are with her. Friends leave her in Colorado with this guy. I forget him, but you know, we end up getting back together. But that's going to be the next. I'm going to take us getting back together after that.